Welcome to the Revengers, the tragic tale of the Jaredites' self-extermination. So for centuries, the Jaredite power cycle drives men, fathers, sons, and brothers to battle for revenge and the throne. And finally, we're now at their last king, Coriantumr, educated, cunning, and power-hungry, who sits on the throne as the uncontested king over a very wicked people. But enter Aether, the son of 2 generations of captive kings and rightful heir to the throne. And if anyone has the right to revenge, it's him. But Aether chooses to fight for God, boldly preaching all of his days to repent or be destroyed. Yes, Aether preaches, believe, and have faith in God. But the vengeful Jaredites refuse, as they can only see with their angry eyes. And now, Moroni for the first and last time interjects. Future readers, hope for a better world and keep anchored to God by refreshing your faith. As the waters will get rough, yes, have faith and believe in unseen truth. Doubt not because you can't see, and here's the best part, but once you have faith, you will see with spiritual eyes and do amazing things. Okay, most people love superheroes. So here's a question. What's your favorite superpower? Invincibility? Strength? X-ray vision? Well, here in chapter 12, Moroni shows us the 3 things to be an actual real-life spiritual superhero with awesome real gifts and powers today. First, our heart's hope for God's better world. Next, our mind truly believes in his special promises to us. And third, we move our feet and do good works. And doing this, we're given the eye of faith, like X-ray glasses, allowing us to see ourselves, others, and life the way God does. And when we see with the eye of faith, we act in faith. And this, as Moroni teaches, is when we see real miracles happen. And now Moroni projects the Faith Hall of Fame reel with Alma and Amulek leaving Ammonihah, Nephi and Lehi encircled with fire, Ammon converting the Lamanites, and the brother of Jared who saw the Lord. Yes, could we not want this super powerful and real faith? But now Moroni worries here, being a newbie writer, that some will not get it because of his weakness in his writing. Wait, what? Moroni? This is really great stuff. But now we get an interesting irony. You see, Moroni is actually referring to writing in chiasmic poetry, combined with having to write in a totally different language, that tricky reformed Egyptian. But he does what he should and we all should do. He goes to God. And the Lord responds directly here, with the main point of the chiasm. Don't worry, Moroni. Fools mock, but they will mourn. Yes, the Lord continues, my meek elect will see past your weakness, and they will feel your power and truth. In fact, if all men humble themselves and come to me with their weakness, in faith, hope, and love, I will make them strong too. And so with this beautiful truth nugget, Moroni hits the play button again, grabs his popcorn, and finishes the Revengers' epic story. And so, as the people reject the wonderful prophet Aether, he relocates to his friendly neighborhood cave for safety. But the Lord tells Aether to go out again and give Coriantumr a final memo. Repent, and the Lord will spare your people and give you his kingdom. Otherwise, he will wipe them out, all of them. And you'll be the only survivor to get to meet the new tenants in my promised land. So what do you say? So Coriantumr repents. No, this isn't Jonah in Nineveh. But soon after, the prophecies begin to come true. And like whack-a-mole, he has to keep beating down whoever wants his power. But finally, he's met his match, as here comes the terrible Shiz, whose brother was killed by Coriantumr. And Shiz won't stop until he's avenged his brother's death. And so now the entire kingdom divides, half following Shiz and half following Coriantumr. And so it begins, with a great and terrible battle, and 2 million people are killed. And as Coriantumr recovers in chapter 15, he finally begins to recall Aether's prophecies, how so many have died for his power. And Coriantumr's heart softens a bit as he writes to Shiz, "Okay, I'm now willing to hand over my kingdom if you just spare my people." But that's not enough for Shiz, and now there's a bigger problem. You see, at this point, the people on both sides have been revengers for so long that they are so drunk with anger that this furious, raging inferno is now too hot to stop. In fact, both sides begin total warfare as every man, woman, and child gathers for 4 years, is armed, and made ready to make their last stand. And in only 3 days, millions more die, until only Shiz and Coriantumr are left. And after Shiz falls, Coriantumr, poetically leaning on his sword for strength, finally beheads Shiz. And so, what did Coriantumr gain? And at what cost? Congrats on retaining the kingdom, but what kingdom? The mud? His epic pride cost everyone everything. And so, when someone hurts us, do we let our grudge fester? Or fight back? Do we puff up in pride showing we're right, smarter, better, or take control? And while fighting back does feel good and holding the hate may be less violent, we must muster all of our faith to just let it be and give it to God, as vengeance belongs to the Lord, and for good reason. And so, like Moroni, Aether gets the fun job of finishing up the record, as Coriantumr meets the Mulekites, this new nation, to take over his once beloved land.